Greetings everyone. Not long ago I released a video showcasing the benefits of using paper minis in wargaming. I'll put a link in the screen and or the description for that video. I've already released another video concerning how I make my paper warriors and such, link also in the description. And in this video I will showcase how I make paper houses. Let's get to work. If you want to follow along, I will be making the hovel dwelling designed by David Graffam. I found this on drivethroughrpg.com. Type in hovel in the search and you should find one by David Graffam. Be sure to check out more on David Graffam and check out his whole collection. There are a ton of cool buildings for both fantasy and sci-fi that I bought at a reasonable price. Notice that this building is pay what you want, so go ahead and download it and be sure to show some love and support. Alright, this particular download comes with 2 pages, which is kind of nice because like the whole house comes on just 1 page and everything. But the first page is sort of like an introduction and kind of teaches you how to build the house. It has this cool scale conversion over here, so like if you in the print options, if you print it to a certain percentage, it'll actually scale. It'll give you a certain type of scale for those percentages, which I think is really cool. But I printed to full scale and everything, so it should be oh no, it says right there 30mm scale. Okay, so that's full scale, and then you can do all these other scales. Disregard these weird lines here on the print. I needed to clean my print heads apparently, but I fixed it before I did the actual house. Anyway, in the first video about paper models, I showcased this house that folds up and you can stash it in a book and everything, and basically you can unfold it and do a little jobby, whoops, and then you basically have portable house setup and everything. And I had a few comments saying they don't quite understand how this went together. So we're going to do this version first, and then I'm going to do another version that's a little bit more complex. I might get a little fancy with it, but we're going to see what happens. Just for reference, I'm using this 8.5 by 11 Astro Bright 65-pound cardstock. I feel like this is about as big as I like to get to actually run it through a regular printer and everything. So it's pretty thick, but it'll still kind of go through a printer pretty easy. But it's thick enough just to make like paper minis and certain models and stuff. So we're going to try it with our little simple build. Okay, so like I said, this is an awesome house to start out with because everything fits on 1 page, one 8.5 by 11. With this version that we're going to unfold, we're not going to need the base. We're not going to need any of these bottom sections. We're not going to need these at like a 45-degree angle. Well, probably more than 45, but it doesn't matter. And I like to kind of keep these just to have a little something for the roof to rest on. And we're going to keep everything on the roof. So let's go ahead and start cutting. Okay, I have a fresh blade on my knife. This is not the correct size for this particular knife, but we're going to make it work. That's just what I happen to have in the shop. And since we got to get rid of all these, I'm going to just take a straight edge and just lob all that off. Alright, this is going to be the hardest part of this whole procedure. I'm going to try to score the lines, in which scoring means you take a straight edge and you're just going to like barely cut down this line. That way it folds better. You're not going to cut all the way through. This takes a little bit of practice. I'm not really sure you really need to do it with the 65-pound paper, but we're going to try it anyway. Knocked over my little bunny. Sorry, bunny. We'll put you over here. Alright. But now that I did score it, it folds over just nice and sharp like that. Do this too. And that. I don't even have to use a ruler, it just kind of folds over. Now I need to do these corners of the house. Alright, I've done that. That folds, and that folds. And boom. Now all you're gonna do, this has a tab, this side doesn't, but you just fold it on over and glue that. Any kind of craft glue will work. And you'll have yourself a house. Let me get some glue and we'll get that started. Alright, I just have this thing for staples. It's this clear liquid glue, washable, and it's basically Elmer's glue, but it's like clear. And we're just gonna put it on. Just keep this really simple. And this part, you want to make sure everything's nice and even, or the house won't sit right. So you want these black lines. Sometimes I'll put stuff together and I'll just move it back and forth like this. And you'll feel the glue start to kind of feel the glue start to grab. I cannot talk tonight or any other night, honestly. It's already grabbing that really good. Alright, I'm gonna let that just kind of do its thing, and we'll start working on the roof. Alright, with the roof, you're going to cut this whole thing out, and then we're going to score down these lines. And basically, it's just like this roof. And what these things are, it's just the underside of the roof, sort of like a fascia. But yeah, it's just so like when the roof sits on the model, it's just some cool looking boards that you can see on the other side instead of like white paper. So let's get to it. Okay, everything's scored, so I can fold, and then I'll be able to fold when it's all done. That's for now. I'll just glue it up. Kind of get the glue towards the edge just so the flaps stay down, and it might be a little bit of bleed out. That's okay. Give me some scrap. And we'll just wipe it down. Got yourself a roof. All right, where did my house go? Oh, there it is. Boom. Boom. Portable house. Get the little guy, just for reference. Boom. you are finished, you just open your book of paper minis and such. Got trees, got houses, and then you just take this guy. You can either fold it like that, take this guy, fold it like that, put it together. This is a protective sleeve for 8.5 by 11s. I'm just using it for like a pouch. Whoops, sorry, didn't mean to bump the camera. But there, 3-wing binder, complete set of paper products. Alright, so now for our second house. I did another print on the 65-pound paper, and then I have a pack of 110-pound paper. It's pretty thick. I'm going to use some 3M Super 77. It's a spray, and I'm going to spray this onto the 110-pound paper, and I'm just going to laminate this whole page on there. That way it'll all be on there, and all I have to do is cut it out, and everything will be pretty much twice as thick. I am going to do this off camera so I can do this outside with the spray and everything, but I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Here we are with the pages laminated and everything. You can tell this page is the 110-pound cardstock. This is the white. I got a little bit off putting it together, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to cut all of this out anyway. You already seen me do this, like cut everything out in the last house and everything, so I'm going to not show that to you for this build, and I'll get right back to you when I have everything cut out and everything. But you know, this paper doubled up like that and glued together, it's pretty thick. It's kind of nice. Okay, so here are all the parts cut out and everything. I need to go back and score all of the lines again, all the places that need to be folded. The nice thing about having this stuff doubled up and glued together is that you can actually feel it cut through the first layer kind of nice, and I still wouldn't put like a lot of pressure on it, but you still have this. It's kind of cool that you have this backup layer that's going to stay together really well, so even when you score it and get like a really nice edge and fold it, this area is going to stay together really well. Just a little bit extra protection. I need to do all that. You see me do that on the last house, so again I'm going to do this off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, I've scored everything, and since I did that, you can just pretty much fold it all, and it folds nice and easy. You can see there's like a little white layer just from this layer. I'm sorry, a white line that's coming from this layer of paper. A lot of times, that's the only thing I don't like about doing this doubling up trick, excuse me, is that it can leave that line. You can always just take a marker and mark it in. I've actually, on my last model, actually took some speed paint like Grim Black and actually just painted it in, and it actually makes a pretty cool effect. Just making the lines like really dark and everything makes it very dimensional. Let me go get my last model and I'll show you that. Okay, so I think this, actually I'm pretty sure this is the same house, the one I did before. You can see I painted the lines black, and I actually used some effects of wash. I'm pretty sure I used this Vallejo wash effects. Just randomly on it because I thought the whole model just looked kind of happy and bright. And that looks more, you know, like an old grim town and everything. So that's why one looks complete if you use like some pretty sturdy heavyweight paper and everything. And also one of the differences that I'm going to do with this model compared to this one is that I'm going to leave the bottom of the base just flat, because I think it might look kind of better on a war mat. But what this is this foam core board that you can just get, you know, at the Dollar Tree or whatever. Or you can order it. I think I ordered this one because I wanted it specifically black. But sometimes you can find them black in the store too. But that makes a really nice surface for, you know, your model to set on and everything. But anyway, back to this one. We are going to continue folding everything and really put this model together. Sometimes when your model's made out of thick paper like we're doing today, your flap is not going to want to stay folded over when you're trying to glue it. And I just went and got a really cheap pack of clothes hanger clips, and I just clamped the whole thing together. I'm going to let it do its thing, let it dry, and it should be good to go. I actually really like these windows. Well, just the style of it and everything, but I think what I want to try to do just for fun, it's like I found this. It's just some piece of garbage or something. I think it came from my daughter's, I think she's got like some fake nails or something like that, like a little kid nail kit, and she went through them all, and that was getting ready to go in the garbage. So I'm going to actually cut out everything that's blue. I'm not going to leave these little bars because I'll just be like ridiculous. It'd be really cool if I could pull that off, but I don't think I can. But I will leave the thicker stuff, and I'm actually going to put in some windows. I like the way it's kind of, actually if I can make it more wobbly, it'll look more like old-timey window glass. Yeah, we'll see if I can pull that off. Let's try it. Okay, I have successfully cut the windows out. I need to cut this thing. Where'd my scissors go? Here we go. What do I have? Boom. I think this tube of super glue is about had it. Got a little bit. Probably putting way too much glue on here. But live and learn. What did I do with them? Went too wide. Alright. Alright, we'll let this dry and kind of do its thing. Not really sure if super glue is the best thing for this. We're going to find out. I'll be back. Alright, I went ahead and glued the sides. We'll glue the side together, so. And you want to make sure these are folded in pretty decent. You want to do a test fit when you put it on this plate. They kind of give you just a little bit of brown wood section just for like a sort of like a bleed. So you pretty much want to place it on that brown section, and then you had that block around for a foundation. I'll go ahead and glue it up. Go ahead and have a heavy object nearby, and you will see why. And just whoops, it's quite a bit in 1 minute. Try to even this out. Alright. And then we'll take this heavy object, place it on there. Boom. I don't know why I'm trying to move that thing when I just, here we go. That looks pretty good. Alright, this is going to be the hardest part. You got to fold and put this roof on. And the trick you can see with this old one is that you're going to want, the roof is going to have an overhang. You kind of want the same amount of distance on both sides, which is kind of hard to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the glue on, and then I'll put the roof on. And with my fingers, you can kind of feel the difference and try to even it out. And I'm just going to hold it like this, applying pressure. Glue was on. Take the roof, try to make it clean. I can feel that it's basically even on both sides. I'm just going to apply. Don't like the way that one. I'm just going to apply pressure. Alright, as you can see, there are a lot of edges that are white. I would halfway be fine with leaving it like that, but I am going to use some Grim Black speed paint and just go around the edges. I can't remember if this is what I used or actually used like a opaque paint last time, but we're going to try it with this and see what happens. I just remembered that the marker works really well also. Might be a good idea to start with the marker and then go back with the brush. As you can see, the marker goes right up in there. Alright, that's all done. We'll see just how crazy we can get with some landscaping. I'm gonna get some static grass. I got some Vallejo Diorama FX mud. Alright. Not gonna go crazy with it, but let's pick out something to go by the doorstep. Let's go here. No, I don't want to go with that. Oh, let's go with that. I used to have a smaller set of tweezers, but I don't know what happened to them. I'm just going to use these. Yeah. Static grass, you want to apply it pretty good and then just knock off anything that doesn't stick. So go ahead and have a piece of paper down to pick up any extra so you can use it for later. And then just take something and give it a little bit of tap. But as you can see, look how well that blends with the grass that is drawn on the actual model. Just kind of makes it more believable. No, this isn't the best thing in the world, but you guys can find other models out there and just get crazy with it. And you can see just how far you can go with paper crafts. It makes stuff like pretty crazy. Alright, so that's it. Thanks for watching the video. As you can see, there's sort of pros and cons to this build, you know, just working with paper stuff in general. But, you know, this foam core bottom obviously has like a really awesome straight base compared to this one. I think by the time you do the glue and any kind of like extra stuff, you know, the base just gets like kind of wavy looking. It might not matter depending on what kind of like terrain or battle mat that you're putting it on, but you know, I have like a really cheap battery powered candle in there just to kind of show off some effects. But you know, this is more or less just you know, get your guys brains just thinking, creative juices going, and you know, just do some crazy stuff. But you don't have to spend a lot of money on terrain, obviously, if you just want to bust some stuff out. But thanks for watching, and you know, be sure to subscribe and give this video a like. I'll see you guys on our next adventure.